Amin, his full name is Chelang'a Kipkebut, Arab Kipsargome. That's what we knew. But you see, this fellow, Amin was an administrative police officer. He began as a police officer. And then, if you remember the Koloa massacre, which happened in Baringo East, currently TRT, where a provincial administrator, I think a DC, was murdered. Amin was among that group that went to sort out that issue. So everybody knew in this area that there is a brave askari called Chelang'a. Now, in 1974, we had a very good chief called Richard Chesang. Richard Chesang was a teacher, somebody who went to school, and he looked at things differently. But in 1974, he resigned to go and contest the parliamentary seat that time. There were elections in 1974. So when he resigned, then the government had to bring Amin, by then Kipkebut Chelang'a, to be the acting assistant chief. So he came in uniform, in his AP uniform, with that band around here. He was a sergeant, senior sergeant. So it was a time dictator Idi Amin, Dada, was now terrorizing people in Uganda. Then here, we were brought somebody in uniform, just like that Amin. We were used to President Kenyatta, who was in civilian, and then Amin came over through Uganda, and we could see him in uniform. So when this fellow came, he became so tough against things like FGM. He was so tough against drinking local brews. He was so tough against people who had no pit latrines. Pit latrines. Those days it was common. It was common for our area for people to just go to the bush. So Amin came and said, he decreed actually that every home must have a pit latrine, which was strange those days. So that was one. Second, he decreed that people should stop the brewing of local brews, busa. Thirdly, he wanted people to plant cash crops, paratram and coffee. Now, Amin reports in his office, and the next day, he works from village to village in uniform, checking which home has not put up a pit latrine, which home is still brewing the local busa, and which home has not planted the cash crop. So he became a dictator. And those days, I remember very well in 1974, you would still see people going to Chief's Parasa half naked. You know, people used to have no clothes in that area. So you find old men coming and with a blanket. Amin said, no way. He would not want to see somebody along the road going half naked. People must put on clothes. Our people even resisted putting on trousers. They wanted the short trousers. You see? So Amin became so tough on the issues I've said. And so with Amin in Uganda, then they say this man is terrorizing us. Secondly, people planted cash crops and people became rich. People got money. When you go to the local centers around Bartolome area, Kipsaraman, you go to Kasisit, Kipkebut, you will see shops which was built during Amin's time. They are not operational now. So Amin was a benevolent dictator. He changed us.
Mimi naitwa Chelang'a Bett. Nilikuwa mfanyakazi kwa TV. Alafu wakati mambo ya navurugana, Chief alitolewa huko kama searching. Na mimi nimetuma huko kufuata yeye. Alafu tunaenda pamoja area hii. So mimi najua hapa yote tunapambana yeye. Tu ya kukua hiyo bana mchezo. Hapa anataka keu, anataka ukweli tupu. Kitu kama iko mahali anakuja pata wase, nasema mahali natoka wapi. Alafu nasema huko ile bado mzuri basi nakaa. Hata huko Pokot tunaenda mpaka huko tunapata assistant chief na liwanuki huko. na ingine tu Chepsengei. Sasa jeep tunakwenda Luru, mwambia Pokot, kwa nini mnafanya hii kazi? Huyu Amin asanya yote na kufanya nani makosa natoka wapi? First Pokot inajua natoka bandi hii.